What's going on, guys? So we got the NHL 20 gameplay trailer released today. I want to go through it, stop it, start it, break it down with you guys, give you my thoughts on every section and thing that is shown through it. Then I also want to go over the blog that was released on eanhl.com. So let's jump right into it. I'm pretty hyped.
With the introduction of RPM Tech in NHL 19, we delivered a revolutionary new skating engine that
Just want to stop real quick and mention, guys, that all of this stuff in these clips are actual gameplay. They just use the, instant replay camera angles to make it look, like a trailer. So I do need to mention all of this is actual gameplay.
overhauled control and responsiveness in our skating. In NHL 20,
First thing that I'm excited about, watch how the Philly player steps into this shot. No longer is it a stagnant tee up a one-timer and then just launch it. Watch his feet.
in NHL 20, we're using the same
Okay.
cutting-edge technology to deliver RPM Tech benefits to the stick, resulting in unprecedented improvements to shooting, puck pickups, upper and lower body fluidity, and goaltender animation. Thanks to RPM Tech 2.0, NHL 20 now looks, feels, and plays better up and down the ice. In NHL 20, with a complete overhaul to shooting animations and introduction.
Okay, yeah, Josh Fearless is already working on this wrap glitch, but look, if the goalie's playing down, watch what he does.
Complete overhaul to
Like, he queues up a wraparound, but he fires it top shelf, and he's not in tight waiting for a goalie glitch.
shooting animations
Like,
and introduction of
that's sick. I hope that isn't exploited, but that's amazing.
signature shots. Every shot is different.
The Stamkos one-timer off his knees, that's obviously sick.
Signature shots showcase the unique
I do need to mention again, if you didn't watch my prior video, all of the signature shots are purely aesthetic. I don't know how it's going to play out in NHL 20 because part of me thinks that they can't be just aesthetic because you're literally changing the way that they're shot, like way they're shooting. But again, it isn't like one of them's overpowered and you need to have that card or player. I really hope that isn't it. I pray because that could really break the game. But currently, it's from the devs. It's all aesthetically just for the look.
styles and attributes of individual players. Whether you're Austin Matthews setting
That toe drag, though.
up a toe drag wrist shot, PK Subban with the high wind-up booming slap shot, or Ovechkin with the seamless one-timer, you'll be able to feel like a superstar
There's that new package, that presentation package when he scores, by the way.
and snipe like 1-2. In addition, RPM Tech allows us to add contextual shots, giving you realistic animations in any circumstance. In NHL 19,
Like, this is perfect. So when you're playing NHL 19, these are like the 4 shots that you always notice. The broken one-timer off the backhand that just never works.
shot animations lacked full coverage, meaning players took unrealistic
The missing of the one-timer because you're queuing up a one-timer on the offhand.
or ineffective shots. In NHL 20, contextual shots allow the player to take the correct shot in the correct
Dude, so the tap-in forehand one-timer.
situation.
Like, you could potentially not have to use opposite-handed players for the meta. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that that's what you need to do, but just that clip right there shows you that you can actually get something behind a one-hander or a correct-handed one-timer.
By taking into account
Also, the backhand 1T. Let's watch that one more time.
situation, by taking into account multiple
Okay, that's sick.
factors, including distance from the net, puck placement, and movement coming up.
Look at the smooth deke on that and then raising a
Perfect
roof.
passes will force the player to have to readjust, reducing accuracy and strength.
I like that. So it means that, like, whatever way you have your player lined up, you just automatically firing a one-timer isn't going to give the same animation as if you walked into one and set it up at the point, because he's got to readjust his body for it, which makes it just such a more realistic game.
Where precise passes will result in a powerful, accurate shot. Contextual shots will reward better body positioning,
I love the forehand one-timer.
timing, and
And the
twitch
backhand
allowing for
one-timer.
more fulfilling and realistic gameplay. RPM Tech also adds another level of responsiveness to gameplay through
This is huge.
explosive transitions. In NHL 19, a player would enter a glide and lock trajectory when receiving the puck, forcing the player to slow down or lose responsiveness. In NHL 20, explosive transitions allow you to take the puck in stride.
I'm so curious to see how difficult it is to defend or how much more exploited you get on breakout passes because there's no glide or stop. So catching up on defense isn't going to be nearly as easy.
Anticipate a turn before receiving the puck and retain your speed, allowing every player to make plays in motion, just like NHL Superstars.
That's so sick.
We've heard your feedback and we've raised the game for goalies. In NHL 19, goalies did not have the expansive tool set to control the puck, too often resulting in soft rebounds and scoring chances. In
Rip the rebound cheese.
NHL 20, goalies in position and in control will have the ability to take over the
Look at those rebounds, man. He forces it away.
all new controlled saves.
Like there's no rebound shot for that.
Additionally, AI goalies are more aware of threats on the ice.
Also, this is a great animation. So what happens in this situation now is he does that one where he falls back and lays down, but there's that slight gap before he actually lays down on his back where you get poked in or it'll trickle through. Watch what he does here.
They're more aware of threats on the ice, impacting their positioning.
It's small, and again, you don't really notice it, and it doesn't seem like a big deal, but those are all, like, combined, it's a big deal.
And how they handle the puck. With the addition of RPM tech to the stick, explosive transition.
Okay, this was one of the most exciting things I've seen so far. So what would happen in this situation if you sent a pass this far back, even if you have 100% pass assist turned on, it's going to go off the boards or he's just going to miss it and you have to wait for him to queue up. Watch what he does off the boards here to receive this pass. Man, and he doesn't lose it on his stick. That is mint.
All new tools for goalies. NHL 20 delivers the most responsive and realistic gameplay the NHL franchise has ever seen, making the game feel better.
There's the new presentation package, so when Connor scores, you get something like this. I don't know how I feel about this yet, but it's different and new, and it's not worse.
Play better and look better.
All right, guys. So that was the trailer. We're gonna get into a little bit more now. All right, guys. So let's go over the blog that was released, the RPM tech speed and shooting for NHL 20 with the trailer here. So just reading over this, I'll give you the kind of short end of it is they've added 45 new contextual shot animations, making shooting more lifelike as players use new tools to put the puck on net. What's kind of cool about this is that every licensed player will be assigned their own shooting style, kind of like how MLB is with their own swings. Creative players will also have that same option, giving you another level of customization to showcase your unique personality and style on the ice. Shooting styles have nuanced differences that take into account different wind-ups, follow-throughs, leg kicks, release points, and more to give each shooting style their own unique look. So this could mean, be a pro or in EA Sports Hockey League. Again, it's just kind of a cooler customization that we didn't really have before in NHL. Again, you kind of can compare it to batting stance and whatnot in MLB, which is, again, it's just a cool addition. I'm curious though. I really hope it doesn't break gameplay where one shooting style is for one-timers, let's say, is far better than the others. That would kind of defeat the purpose. Deke shots. In situations when you are coming in one-on-one, players now have multiple positions available to shoot while deking around defenders and goalies. As you drive down the ice, RPM Total Body Tech will now understand if the puck is moving forehand to backhand or backhand to forehand before a shot is executed. It will also take into consideration how close you are to the net and your skater's entry angle, giving you a suite of new shots in your arsenal to defeat defenders and goalies. So this could mean that your backhand is a little stronger if you go forehand, backhand, then shoot, as the puck is moving from left to right with a left-handed player. Again, this will be kind of cool. This is something that you have to try out, though. I'm not just going to say that this is amazing, because unfortunately, I haven't been able to see this actually be done or gotten my hands on this suite of the game, so I can't confirm if this is actually going to be, a significant improvement. Possessed and loose puck shots. This year, players' shots will change based on your distance from the net and the difference in power versus quickness that would be required to hit the net. Deke past defenders and drive closer to the net for quicker and snappier shots. Alternatively, utilize your power from the top of the circles by leaning into your wrist shots with more impact shots to stun the goalie. This could mean that instead of shooting short side, you might be able to get into, the face-off dot and shoot far side. Might be more effective in NHL 20. NHL 20 is also redefining the way players attack loose pucks. This year, each shot is unique based on the incoming angle of the puck relative to the player's position. You will now see a player position their hips, legs, and sticks differently if the player is coming in on their forehand or the backhand side. Again, this is cool. You would have to see it actually be used, though, because it sounds fantastic, but again, you got to see if it's going to be anything substantial. On the forehand, skaters will move in a position of strength to get behind the shot when the puck is not in an ideal position, resulting in a stronger snapshots that come from redirects, rebounds, or loose puck opportunities. On the backhand, skaters will now better utilize redirects in situations where they cannot angle themselves for a strong forehand shot. One-timers, obviously one of the biggest ways to score, they have been dramatically changed. One-timers have also been revamped as RPM tech has made one-timer shooting more fluid, connected, and realistic. New animations capture the differences when players are shooting high or low, and players will now position their hands and follow through based on the power, angle, and height of the shot. So, give you an example, if you are far near the goal line, you're going to use, a different stick angle, and your hands are going to be positioned differently than if you were located in the high slot, which will give you a different shot and a better one depending on where you are. So players that are higher rated with slap shot will actually be able to pull this kind of stuff off. This is fantastic. Taking a full stop before shooting a one-timer will allow you to set up your shot with a higher degree of power and accuracy. While skating at full speed into a one-timer will impact your ability to accurately send the puck on net, a poor one-timer pass or a player taking a shot too quickly from a poor position can lead to low-quality shots that will be visible through the new animation. So, like I had mentioned at the beginning of the trailer, that Philadelphia player who stepped into one, that was a perfectly set up one-timer, and you could see obviously he's going to get a lot more oomph and accurately shoot it on net. Obviously, attributes are going to play a big thing into this. Explosive transitions. In NHL 20, new explosive transitions will allow you to take the puck in stride, anticipate a turn before receiving the puck, and retain your speed, allowing every player to make plays in motion. When receiving a pass, players will change their angles and stick position when picking the puck up, giving you more controlled and seamlessly move into the next play, allowing you to experience give and goes without breaking a stride. Just like in real life, the perfect feed will make it easier for a player to keep skating at top speed, whereas a mistimed pass will slow down your team's transition. This is fantastic because as it stands right now, no matter how good your pass is, it's slowing down your transition because you go into that glide, that slow, that just split-second animation that can give your defender just enough time to get back. Now you're going to see if you send a perfect lead pass in stride, he's going to have no hope, and it's going to lead to a lot of 2-on-1s or breakaways. This is fantastic. Also, in the defensive zone, you saw with Brad Marchand in the corner of the trailer, when he turns into it, you know that you're going to turn into it. So what happens now is you skate into the boards. Again, slight break in animation before you turn allows the guy to pin you up against the board and get trapped in your own zone. Now you're going to be able to enter into your strides as you pick up the puck. This is huge. Think of it like NHL 18 skating compared to NHL 19 skating. For all of NHL 19's flaws, the skating in 18 was so garbage that 19's new skating made it 10 times better. Again, still has a long way to go, but this could be a huge adjustment and, a fantastic transition to a much faster gameplay. Passing locations have also been reworked. Passing the puck up the wing will no longer send it into your teammates' skates, but will now utilize angles where they can receive it on their forehand or backhand. Human players should feel less locked into pickups and should have the ability to adjust their speed and angle as a pass is incoming. Adjust your speed and angle to open up lanes against opponents, slow down to avoid an offside, or accelerate into a puck and drive up the ice. This is huge for doing a deke right out of a pass. Also, if your guy is, you see that you send that pass up the ice and you're offside because, your AI is just going for, he's on a lunch break, you can slow up and actually accept it a lot better. These are all great changes so far. But again, some of them you have to wait and see. The other ones, like this one specifically, are going to be great as long as they work as promised. Following up, we also got the goalie threat analysis blog, so let's jump into this and go over what all the information they gave us as far as goalies are concerned. In NHL 20, goaltenders now have the tools they need to take control of the game. In NHL 19, goalies do not have an expansive tool set to control the puck, too often resulting in soft rebounds and scoring chances. In NHL 20, goalies in position and in control will have the ability to take over the game with all new controlled saves, redirects, and a whole new suite of covers. Additionally, AI-controlled goalies will now be more aware of threats on the ice, impacting their positioning and how they handle the puck. New controlled saves and redirects. In the past, goalies would play blocking saves with their body regardless of how easy the puck was to handle or how prepared they were. Now based on a goalie's skill attributes, how in control position they are before the shot arrives, and the reaction time they have, speed, distance of the shot, they can make controlled saves to hang on to a puck, pinning it against their chest, collapsing into hang on in their midsection, or making a more controlled glove save so that they can avoid giving up a rebound and control the play. Goalies can also then choose to hang on to the puck or play the puck if they have enough control and it's viable from how they hung on to the puck. So this is basically going to stop those, if you did a saucer pass into pads or you shot low far side no matter what, goalies are not going to give out those soft rebounds no matter what, which is more of what you saw in NHL 18. That was pretty much a guaranteed go-to meta goal, was just to throw it off the pads, they'd kick it out for a rebound. NHL 19, it was more random. So instead of being able to control it, goalies would literally just sometimes kick it out into the slot, sometimes kick it up into the air, sometimes not even save it, it would just go wide. Now in NHL 20, you're going to see a much more controlled system where they can actually send it into the boards, those kinds of things. This is all great. Also, I'm curious, I'm going to get into a little bit further in this blog, I'm curious to see how much rebound attribute for goalies is going to matter in NHL 20. This could be big for Hut, so the go-to goalies are always the big ones no matter what. But if you have someone that's just huge with a low rebound attribute, does it mean that they could just send it off the pads and it's going to give up weak, juicy rebounds? It's something to keep in mind and something I'm generally curious about going forward. In addition to controlled saves, goalies now have the ability to control the outcome and redirect a puck depending on the situation. The ability to redirect the puck with control will be based on a goalie's attributes, how in control they are, and the reaction time they have in each situation. In the past, goalies would kick out juicy rebounds even on pucks that were slower on net, like the L1 saucer pass, that they would have controlled. You will now see goalies use their sticks, legs, pads, and blockers to control and send the rebound away from danger, i.e. a stick redirect up into the corner glass, a blocker punching the puck out away from danger, or a leg pad kicking the puck out into the corner or in front depending on where the incoming opponent threat is. With these new tools, goalie differentiation by skill will be even more apparent. Some of the best goalies will be able to hang on to or direct harder shots with little reaction time, while weaker goalies may still give up juicy rebounds on shots they could have handled. This is big in the sense that in NHL 19, for example, Andy Moog was essentially a gigantic meme the whole time, where if you got the 89 Andy Moog, even at launch, basically, he was an 89 overall, but he was so small that you would just, you'd see that your opponent was using him and your ears would pin back and you know that it was go time because he was just going to give up a million goals because he's small. Whereas if you had, I don't know, let's say just a bigger goalie that's an 80 overall, Louis Domingue, it's just an example, he would be more viable because he's bigger. But now the fact that stat attributes have more impact on how goaltenders play, you might see a dramatic shift. Whereas, the launch Ben Bishop, for example, now he's going to probably get a high rating in NHL 19 or 20, making him a huge threat. But in this game specifically, he had a lower rating. Mike Smith even might be a better way to describe it. At launch, it might be better to use a smaller goalie with higher attributes because, again, they might give up the weak shots. It's also going to change how you play. Guys that just kind of send it at the net might have to adjust and come up with an actual, game plan. So again, this is cool. Have to see it be used though, which we're probably going to in the near future. New cover system. NHL 20 introduces a whole new suite of covers for goalies, adding to their overall coverage by giving them the ability to cover the puck out of more positions. Goalies can now resolve covers without having to reset and start again, making them more responsive in the mechanic. They are more authentic and responsive in their animations by being increasingly direct to the puck and in the posture they use to protect the puck in themselves. So you saw that with the Dubnyk. I gave that as an example in the actual trailer. When it squeaks through him, he would just fall on his back in NHL 19, and most of the time that would either trickle through or there'd be a break in animation where you could just poke it in and that's it. Now he will squeeze it through and actually cover it before he falls back. That's definitely a dramatic improvement. Threat analysis. This is another big one, and I think it will play into the higher attributed goaltenders regardless of their size. So AI goaltenders in NHL 20 are more aware of threats around them, impacting their positioning and their ability to deal with different scenarios. AI goalies will be more aware of the threat of the puck carrier to score, impacting when and how they challenge the shooter versus stay deeper in their net. This will lessen the chance of overcommitting when the only threat is a pass or shot for a rebound. As the puck carry becomes more dangerous, getting in closer to the middle of the ice and the net, especially if the player is on their forehand, USC goalies challenge them more aggressively, increasing the need for the puck carrier to move the puck to open up a better scoring chance. This is gigantic. Now let me explain something to you. If you're on a 2-on, or if you're a 2-on-0, let me give you a 2-on-0, okay? What happens now in NHL 19, your goaltender will come out basically to the top of the blue, at top of the paint. In NHL 20, if it's a 2-on-1 and they're skating in pretty deep, they might actually stay in their net a little bit, allowing them to actually give themselves a shot at the pass over for the one-timer. Another example would be the overcommitting of a shot. So if you're going for a short side wrister, he skates into the slot. A lot of goaltenders in 19, 18, 17, and pretty much every game up until now, they will stay kind of low in their net, allowing them to save the short side, or allowing them to give up the short side wrister 9 times out of 10. Where in 20, he might actually come out and challenge you so that you have to make another play, either an extra pass, holding off, passing back for a one-timer. It's not just going to be short side wrister mania. Now, again, I have to see it actually happen, but if this is all to be believed, and this is all we can go off of, then this is a fantastic change. Goalies' positioning and aggressiveness to track the puck and cut down on shooting angles will also be impacted by their teammates' defensive positioning. Defensive AI has been updated to add more logic to identify the threat of the puck carrier to have a good chance to score with a shot. This may change their defensive positioning to stay closer to goal side than the direct passing lane. This allows them to gauge whether a rebound threat is more dangerous than a pass to a player with a weaker one-timer. As the one-timer threat becomes more viable, the defensive player's position will be tighter and heavily favor the direct passing lane. These improvements will narrow the windows in which the offense has to make choices and will increase the need to work for good shooting positions and passing lanes, ultimately leading to more earned goals. So, a good example of this would be someone that kind of just sits on the goal line waiting for the AI to open up and then send it across for a wide open one-timer. If that's already being covered, then the AI will actually attack the puck carrier and be more aggressive. Whereas if they're the only lane, then they're the only defense between an easy one-timer goal along the goal line, and they're probably going to play the puck as far as the pass is concerned. So again, these are all great changes, but we got to take them with a grain of salt because we haven't seen them in action just yet. So guys, that was a little long, but that is literally all of the information we have in regards to gameplay for NHL 20 as of today. If you liked the video, please hit it with a like, comment what you don't or do like from the trailer as well as the blog breakdown, and if you do like the content, please subscribe. I am a full-time NHL content creator going into NHL 20. So you will have constant videos, whether it be news, how-tos, all that kind of stuff. Thanks for watching. I'm No Sleeves 12. Stay sweet. I really need to come up with a better closing than stay sweet.